Hampshire, and I wanted to make sure that you knew that Joe Walter was going to be in New Hampshire this upcoming week. So he's going to be here at our place. It's going to be June 23rd, 24th, and 25th. That's a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, the 26th, is a day of lessons. And he has a couple spots left where you can either have a private lesson with your horse either here at our place or at Delinus's farm in Pembroke, New Hampshire. And then on 27th, 28th, 29th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be at Delinus's farm, and that one's going to be on cattle, horsemanship and cattle work. So there's plenty of room to audit. And auditing with Joe is really good because if he's on a horse, of course, you know, he can give information and teach on horseback. But then, a lot of times, he's on the sidelines watching and giving information, and then you can sit right beside him and he tells you even more information. So auditing Joe, he's a really good clinician to audit. You get a lot of information. So those of you who might not know, this is Thunder, and he came in here on May 9th. And for more experience, life experience. And I wanted a horse that I could learn from, right? Get another kind of horse, and where I could learn. So right now, we're working on patience. So one of the other horses just left the arena, and he's not with me. So that's what we're working on. Are you with me? That's a big part of this whole deal. And he doesn't really like to keep his feet still anyway. And it'll pretty soon come out in his back feet. He'll probably start stomping his back feet. And so I'm just going to keep them back feet moving for right now. Maybe just kind of do a little something. Kind of just rocking them side to side. So if he wants to move him, great. I'm not going to make him move. And then when he finds a place to stand still, I'll say, good idea, stand still. He's going to walk off. We're just going to redirect the energy, redirect the life in the feet. And then pretty soon, he'll stand still. It might be for a moment, right? Only a moment. And that's okay. And then hey, don't pick on me. Good. Right. This is a little thing called sticky feet. Very good. So anyway, so another reason why I got Thunder is so that Joe would have a horse if he wanted for all 6 days. That would be available to him. So Joe, you'll be able to see the things that Joe can do with him. And I'm really excited to see that. What else? I guess that's about it. So if you want to audit, here at our farm, it's a full day. And that, you know, and that's whether, and I have to say this, if you're here 5 minutes or you're all day, because it gets way too confusing to do, well, I'm only coming a half a day, or I'm only coming for an hour, or just, it's too much of a headache. So if you're here for 5 minutes or you're here all day, it's still $40, right? It's for our farm, $40. And if you want lunch with us, then it's an additional $10 for lunch. Hey, this is great. He's got his leg cocked. Excellent. And then if you're interested in auditing at Delinus's farm with the cattle, it's $60 a day to audit, and then $10 for lunch. And that's optional. You don't have to have lunch. You can bring your own lunch. But if you want lunch, it'll be available. So I think I'm going to wrap it up because he's got his leg cocked, and before he gets another idea, oh, I was a little too late. I thought about it. So that's all right. He stood there longer than last time. So we'll just maneuver the feet a little bit, redirect the feet, and now you got sticky again, and now I'm going to say, good job, and then we'll walk on. So I hope to see you here at our farm or at Delinus's farm this upcoming week to see Joe Walter. everybody, I had a couple people ask me about the sheath cleaning that I've been doing with Thunder. So he came down here and the owner said that he's very sensitive in that area and she's always had to have the vet come and have him sedated to do any sheath cleaning. So I thought it'd be a great project for me to learn. You guys have seen over the course of every session how we've been learning trust for me to him and him to me on to be able to clean it. And tonight was fantastic because it was the first time that the train came out of the station and then he got unsure about something and the train went back up into the station, but I held on to the train. And it didn't take very long before he relaxed again and he was able to follow the field and have the train come back out of the station. So that was really great. A friend of mine got me onto a couple things. So because we have no hot running water in the barn, I'd like to use warm water, right? I'm thinking about, if it were me, I'd want warm water. So my friend Wendy Bryant, she's a natural equine dentist out of Massachusetts. Go, Wendy. She got me onto this immersion heater. And it's from Amazon. They're like $35. And it's really simple. You get your bucket of water, fill it full. The key is this thing has to be fully immersed in the water before you plug it in. If it's not, it burns out. So make sure it's fully submerged in the water. You plug it in and just a little amount of time, it is hot, like hot water. And then another friend of mine, Stacy, she told me about this Excalibur sheath and udder cleaner for horses. I didn't even know they made such a thing, but they do. And I'm sure there's other things you can use, but this says that, if you can leave it on and it's not going to hurt them in small amounts. So that's what I've been using, and we'll just keep continuing to build his confidence. And again, it's about the communication, right? So, and following a field. There's, that's a pretty sensitive area to be playing with, and it's a pretty cool project. And he's a really cool horse. I'm really thankful that I get the opportunity to spend time with him, and I get to teach him and he gets to teach me.